Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of PlayJungleHeat. So today we've got the second episode of the new gameplay series. And if you guys watched the first one, you remember that I'd started upgrading my command center, and now I'm at a level 6. Since then I've been upgrading my barracks. I worked on some of those gold mines, the oil rigs, and so let's go ahead and see what we got. So a couple of resource collectors. We don't have anything in the army. I was really hoping for another rally point, but I guess we're just gonna have to upgrade the ones we have. We have a new bomb of some kind, big bada boom. So hopefully it does a ton of damage for that price, 30,000. So we got another mortar, a flame tower, and a whole bunch of walls. So since we have a bunch of workers free, what I'm gonna do is start building those defenses. So I'll just go with the mortar and the flame tower. Start working on those, buy a few walls, and get started on that new base design. So what I want to do is get in a few attacks today and collect a bunch of gold so I can start working on my defenses, and also want to work on that research lab, get it upgraded so I can start working on my troops again. So since the last time that I logged in, I was attacked a few times as well. So what I'll do is I'll also throw in a couple of those replays at the end and see what you guys think. So our army is ready to go, and what I'm going to do is dive right into an attack here and see what we can find. Now I'm looking for bases that have plenty of gold and oil. So once you're looking for these bases, you definitely have to be patient so you can find the right one to attack. Don't go into a base that you don't think you can beat. So this looks like a good one. We've got 130,000 gold, over 200k in resources. So what I'm gonna start doing here is start working on the base from the left and try to take out that mortar as fast as I can. So I start with distracting and throwing a wall breaker, and I have my opening to get in. So once that happens, I'll start dropping in a bunch of slashers. They're gonna go to work on that mortar and take it down pretty quick. So just looking around the base, there are a few oil collectors, and they seem to have some resources in them, so I'll just sprinkle in a few riflemen, try to collect those freebies. Now that those mortars and the flame towers are down on that left side, I can start throwing in my spies. I don't have to worry about any area damage or losing too many troops at the same time. Unfortunately, they decide to go for that oil storage outside the walls, so I'm not too thrilled about that. But we still got plenty of time left, so nothing to worry about. So what I'm gonna do is try to drop in a few more spies, and hopefully this time they'll go for the resources. So there you see, they're gonna start attacking that gold storage, and we should collect whatever's left in no time. I've still got plenty of troops left, so I'm gonna start dropping them in to help out collect the rest of the resources that there are. So we've got about 50k gold, so I'm gonna drop the rest of my spies in and follow them up with the riflemen. They're gonna get about most of it, but we're gonna have about 30,000 left. So this was a mistake I made. I should have dropped some of those riflemen up top to work on those mines. And I'm gonna follow that up by making another mistake and dropping the Hornet again at the bottom of the base. It wasn't gonna do much anyway. At level 1, they've got very low hit points, so the defenses are gonna take them out pretty fast. So all in all, we got about 170,000 resources, so I'm pretty thrilled about that. Not a bad raid to start with. So heading back to base, I'm gonna start upgrading those defenses and walls, but I'm not gonna start working on my base design just yet. So now those walls are done, I can start looking at the defenses, but I don't seem to have enough gold right now. Unfortunately, I spent it all on the walls, so I'll have to wait till after the next attack. So I could still upgrade some of those cannons, but I want to wait till after the mortar is done. Looking at the rally point, it's another 850,000 in oil, so I'll need to start doing some resource farming for the oil as well. So what can I upgrade here? I think I want to do the barracks. Yeah, I really want to do the barracks so I can get the nurse there, but it's a lot of oil. So what I'm gonna do is I have a bunch of diamonds left over from when I bought the workers, so I'll go ahead and buy that oil, but I'll let that upgrade run through. This isn't something I'd recommend for any of you guys, because spending your diamonds on buying resources is a terrible idea. It's much cheaper if you speed up your training and then go and attack. So as you can see, with the diamonds that I spent, I could have ended up with a whole bunch of new units instead. But what's done is done. So let's get started on training some troops for that next attack. So as usual, I'm gonna go in with a bunch of gunners. I usually carry 5 gunners, 4 wall breakers, and the rest of them with the infantry. I don't really need those hornets. I was just messing around in the single player attacks with them earlier, so let's get rid of those. And we definitely need some slashers and riflemen as well. So while they're training, what I want to do is just get those diamonds from the achievements that we had earlier. So let's see what we have here. So we've got 15 diamonds for upgrading the command center to level 6, which is pretty neat. And I think there's another one for successfully defending against attacks, which is going to be about 5 more diamonds. So we're going to end up with 20 more diamonds out of the achievements, which is pretty neat. So for all of you new guys who are hoping to get more diamonds, getting achievements is one of the best ways to do so in the game, and just upgrading your town halls is gonna get you over 100 diamonds alone. Before we go into this next attack, I'll just quickly show you my attack history. As I was saying, I was attacked a few times. I won a few, I lost a few. I'm not too thrilled about losing all that gold at the end there, but we'll get to those replays later on. So our army is ready to go, and let's go and find a base that has plenty of resources. So as usual, we're gonna look at a base that we can beat, and one that has at least 100k of gold. So this looks like a good one. We've got 154k total resources with 100k gold. There don't seem to be any defenses on the left side of the base, so this shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and start dropping a few riflemen around the wall. This way they're out of the range of the cannons, and they definitely get to pick up the resources in those rigs and oil collectors. I'll also sprinkle in a few more riflemen around the base, pick up some of those freebie buildings, make sure we get to a star here. And while that's going on, I'm going to start dropping in some gunners to try to get into the base and follow that up with some wall breakers. And this is where you'll see me make my first mistake. Instead of going in through the bottom of the base or the left side, I decide to attack it from the top. And my gunners just get ambushed by all those defenses attacking them at the same time. But we have another wall breaker left, so I'm not too worried about trying to get into the base. So what I'll do is this time I'll try to go in through the bottom, and as you guys are gonna see, the wall breaker is not gonna be enough to get through those walls. So what I'm gonna do is drop in a bunch of spies to eat away at those walls, and they're gonna do a pretty good job at that. Once we have that opening, we can start dropping in the rest of our troops. I'll throw in the gunners to get to the defenses. I'll throw in more spies. They're gonna go at those gold storages. And at this point, we've pretty much got all the resources there are at this base. So I'm not too worried about getting to a star either. I've got a few riflemen on the outside working away at those buildings. They should be down soon. So collect the rest of those resources, drop in a few more slashers. We may be able to get to 2 stars here, but I'm not too sure about that. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in the rest of my troops. The slashers are gonna go to work on that command center, and we have a couple of riflemen as well. Hopefully they can bring it down. I still have a couple of hornets left, but for some reason I decided to drop one at the top of the base, and it gets taken down by that flame tower pretty quickly. So it looks like this is gonna be close, and that rifleman was able to bring it down with literally his last shot. So we pretty much collected all the resources there are on this base, and we have 2 stars, so we can't get any better than that. So 150,000 in resources, and we can head on over back to the base. What I want to do here is get started on upgrading that lab. It's a definite priority for me right now, so I can start upgrading my troops to level 3. I definitely want to start using that pyro and the hornets more, but unfortunately at this point I don't have the oil for it. So it's gonna have to wait for another time. So what I'm gonna do here is we'll just look at some of the defensive replays that I was talking about earlier, and see what these guys did when they attacked my base. For this first replay, the guy's gonna come in with a bunch of gunners, 7 hornets, and a few pyros as well. So he basically gets away with 168 gold from my base. Unfortunately I wasn't able to spend it, so he was able to get that gold. And you're gonna see him come in with a bunch of gunners and go straight for that Jericho. So what he's trying to do here is take that air defense down so he can come in with his Hornets after that. So these look like level 3 gunners, and it's not going to be too hard for them to take that Jericho down. Once that Jericho's down, he can start dropping in his Hornets, and they're going to go straight for my defenses. So even though I don't have any air defense at this point, my watchtowers and my flamethrower could have brought it down, but unfortunately they're busy targeting those gunners at the bottom. So you're gonna just see them walk through the base, and they're just gonna one-shot most of the buildings. It's pretty smooth sailing for him from here. So even though I don't care about losing any of the ratings, I do hate the fact that I lost 170,000 in gold. So once he's done with these defenses, I'll just speed this up for you guys a bit. No fun watching the Hornet go around the base and dropping bombs. So as he's finishing up with my base here, you're gonna see him coming in with a couple of pyros at the end. This is gonna make sure that he gets 3 stars here. So if you guys are looking to use Hornets in your attack, make sure you have a bunch of them, and definitely take out those air defenses first. So once this is down, we can head back to base and get to that next replay. For the second defense, we've got a whole bunch of Hornets, we've got some gunners, and a big win for the new base. So as you guys are going to see, he's going to start off with a single Hornet to try and distract my flame tower, and once that happens, he's going to drop in the rest of his Hornets. You're going to take down my defenses pretty quickly, and even though my Jericho was down, it was being upgraded, he somehow manages to lose this level. He's going to drop in a bunch of his wall breakers now to try to help his gunners get into the base, and this is where we see the first bug in the game. So I'm not sure if this is something that happened during gameplay or something to do with the replays. Anyways, at this point my watchtowers have taken down the rest of his Hornets, and he's going to start to drop in the rest of his troops to try to get some of the resources that there are. All in all, it was a good way to start off level 6 defensively, and I'm happy about how the base held up. So as my defenses finish off his troops here, I'm just going to speed this up for you guys a bit. As always, I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video, and I'd be happy to hear from you on your questions or comments, and what you think about the new base or the new gameplay series, or suggestions on what you guys would like to watch in the coming episodes. So as we finish up here, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to drop a like.